prepared to speak in Arabic, but since the majority is English speakers, I could try to translate it to English. When we speak about investment or investing in the properties, it's an economical decision by the end of the day. And to invest in a city, you should have the confidence in that city, to buy in it and to invest your money in it. Abu Dhabi is part of the Emirates, and the Emirates it has a lot of advantages. Emirates is the second biggest Arabic economy with a GDP of 1,400 billion. Emirates is the biggest financial center in the Arabic world, with banking on and assets more than 2,845 billion dirhams. Emirates has the most diversified economy in the Arabic world. Oil represents around 30% and 70% of other sectors. Emirates is the first, come first for the dealing with most competitive economies, according to 2018. And it's come first for doing business in the Arab world, and it come number 11 worldwide. Emirates could manage to attract more than $10 trillion for foreign investments in 2017. And since we are in Abu Dhabi and we would like to see how Abu Dhabi is solid, Abu Dhabi represents 85% of UAE territory, and it represents 60% of the whole Emirates economy. Abu Dhabi is very rich in oil and gas. It became 9 as an oil producer. It's 17 as a gas producer. And Abu Dhabi is investing more to develop this sector, which is power and electricity and oil and gas, with more than 400 trillion dirhams. Abu Dhabi has very advanced under infrastructures, and Abu Dhabi investing more and more to develop the infrastructure. Now they are building a new airport, building a new port. Abu Dhabi is very famous as a very rich city in the world. It has a lot of sovereign fund, and one of the richest, not in the Arab world, in the world also. When we speak also about the advantages of, let's say, in real estate, it has a lot of rules, which is very dynamic and try to cope with the world and to make Abu Dhabi as attractive destination for investor in real estate. Abu Dhabi is, as part of and the Emirate in general, we have very stable currency, because the dirham is very attached to the dollar with a certain rate, which is very good for the inflation. Emirates is very easy to enter and take out the money from our system, so you can bring any amount you would like to invest in a legal way and take your profits and your capital to any destination you like. Our tax system in the Emirates is the lowest in the world. And also we have we have a very dynamic leadership, and always they try to activate the economy and make it more attractive. So also, if you would like to speak about Abu Dhabi has a very nice city. It's one of the prettiest, and it has a lot of very good services, and they invest a lot to develop it. Abu Dhabi and Emirates in general, it's very safe city to walk around. And this is, I think, is very blessing. Abu Dhabi is very rich in oil, gas, and a lot of sovereign fund, as we said. And Abu Dhabi also sharing the advantage of low taxation. And also, all the government body working to assure the investor that their investment here is very safe, and a lot of government, as you said, trying to assure that. This is like a very general introduction for who would like to invest in any city in the world, from to first to see if we can live in the city, if the services is very standard. And when we speak about the economy, also to have like very solid economy for now and for the future. Since Emirates and Abu Dhabi in particular has disadvantages, I think it's very safe city economically and from every aspect to invest in it, because by nature, investing in real estate, it's a long-term investment, and you would like to be in the right place to invest that amount. Thank you for listening. Thank you, everybody.
Your Excellency, thank you very much indeed. Thanks very much indeed to all the questions that are coming on hashtag CityscapeAD. Your Excellency, thank you for your kind words as well. Maybe we could start, please, by well, let's just take a little bit of an overview, if we might. How would you describe the current real estate market in Abu Dhabi at the moment?
It's an economic cycle, let's say, and real estate, like any other sector, there is up and downs. But I think Emirates in general and Abu Dhabi in particular it's a long-term investment. So it's very secure to invest in it in any time, because the fundamentals of the economy here is very solid. It's a very rich city, financially and from every aspect. But the cycle always, it's up and down like any other country.
Indeed, yeah, and you're quite right to point out that cycle, because obviously the past year has been a difficult one for not just real estate, for many industries. Do you understand, or do you think there is an air of caution in the market, and is that something you recognise?
The caution is you are in a city is strong, economically, financially. This is, I assume, the biggest caution could any investor have it in any other city in the world.
I want to ask you possibly about a couple of initiatives, if I may. What would you say are the key government initiatives that are being implemented at the moment that are positively affecting the real estate market here?
I think there is roles to everybody to play. Government is spending more, and they announce a lot of big budgets. Like ADNOC by itself, they will invest more than 400 billion to develop their sector. And also other government bodies put the budget to invest more for the coming time to come. And I think also the developers understood the cycle of the economy. So now I think they become more moderate, and they become more, they put more like, they try to develop products that apply to everybody, to every budget. So now they become more realistic.
It's interesting you mentioned that, because I think everyone in here will obviously be aware that Abu Dhabi government are making steps towards the real estate sector in many ways. 50 billion dirham development plan has been signed off recently for the real estate sector. The launch of that plan, of that investment, do you think that has changed the real estate sector here?
I think any government spending is very important in every country in the world. And now maybe it's the right time to everybody, to government to spend, and to people to seize this low prices also. So I think it's an advantage. When the market is very expensive, it doesn't allow to a lot of people to have the chance to get a piece of it. But now I think also it's a good time when the price is not very high to everybody to participate.
That's an interesting point because it sort of leads to my next question about...
Because before there was a complaint, everything is expensive, everything is high. And now when it become like moderate prices, everybody's scared. So always it's very difficult to, it's a catchy.
You've recognized that opportunity in the market there. Is that an opportunity for all investors here and also for foreign investment? What would you say is most attractive in Abu Dhabi for foreign investors at the moment?
I assume everybody has his own specialty and his comfort zone of area that he would like to invest in. The more knowledge you have about the sector you are operating in, it's the best tool to succeed in the future. So whoever has the experience in doing hotels or hospitals or whatever, he's more in position to succeed.
To that end, if I were to push you for a sort of, in terms of the foreign investment that are coming in, what would you say is most attractive to foreign investors in terms of sectors within the market? Commercial, residential, hospitality?
It's their expertise. It will give them the advantage to succeed. I assume everybody has his own angle of knowledge that will make any opportunity a successful story.
Let's talk about the market as a whole, and in terms of, you've mentioned there the opportunities that are available, that are arising. What are some of the real estate asset hotspots, if there is a hotspot at the moment, that you're seeing or we're seeing emerging in the market at the moment?
No, I think it will come from the side of the developers. Now they try to become more realistic, they become more dynamic, they try to create an opportunity attractive to the investors. So I think if whoever look in the market and the products the real estate developers presenting, he will sign something he like more than other areas. So he has to feel convincing about the opportunity he's facing.
One sector or one element I haven't mentioned is the industrial sector here in Abu Dhabi at the moment. Obviously that's emerging. It has been established for a long time, but emerging as a very bright spot, a hot spot, if you like, for the capital. How will this, do you feel, be something of a game changer for Abu Dhabi and the UAE as a whole?
I think now ADNOC and all big government entities trying to invest a lot of money to develop petrochemicals, oil-related sectors, and also other like Zone Corp and like the new port. They have also a free zone area, and they are trying to make it hub for successful industrial projects.
I just want to push you again. If maybe you could talk to us just for a few moments with regards to the efforts that Abu Dhabi Chamber of Commerce are implementing at the moment. I mean, we are, April now, so almost a quarter of the way through the year. What sort of plans have you put in place for the rest of 2019 in order to boost and incentivize the market? The Chamber of Commerce is like a mediator between the private sector and the government bodies. And whatever challenges they are facing, we try to bring it to the government bodies and try to make it easier to the investor to invest, or on whoever like facing a problem, the chamber is supposed to represent them in that matter. And in terms of that, to all those that are with us here today, if people have something they'd like to discuss with the Chamber, open door policy, do you encourage them to come and speak?
Whoever here in Abu Dhabi is more than welcome to come up to Abu Dhabi Chamber of Commerce. And whoever have a company, he's paying the Chamber fees to represent him and to solve his problem. So they should play that role.
We can't thank you enough for your time. I know you're a busy man, so thank you so much indeed for being with us. Just finally, to wrap things up, in terms of your outlook for the remainder of this year, you've talked here already about the opportunities in Abu Dhabi and the UAE as a whole. Is that something that you think is the message that you want people to take away?
No doubt. Abu Dhabi is, when you look to it in the basic things, it's a solid rock destination. It's very safe, security-wise. Financially-wise, it's a very rich city. It has the sovereign fund, it has the oil, it has the gas. So it's a very bright future, and they could make money out of it.
You heard it here. Well, we thank you so much indeed for being with us. Thank you so much indeed for answering a few of the questions that have come in to us as well, for your opening address as well. On behalf of all of the delegates here, our thanks must go to His Excellency, Dr. Mubarak Hamad Marzooq Alameri. Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks to you.
Thank you.